Yo, how's it going, guys? It's Whatever Reactions. Come back with another reaction video, and today we're taking another dive into Towers of Runeterra video. This today it was actually been released a couple of hours ago. This is Piltover and Zaun, and I remember mentioning in one of the Towers of Runeterra video that I mentioned about Piltover and Zaun. They probably will come out and build water and stuff, which might be the next one after this. But this is another Towers of Runeterra. Piltover and Zaun, True Genius. Yeah, the last one was Noxus, and again, guys, your support has been absolutely out of this world. I appreciate it a lot. But we're going to be reacting to this. I hope this is as good as the Darius one. For some reason, I just have this feeling that it's not going to be exactly, the same. But who am I to judge? We're gonna find out in a minute. Without further ado, let's get straight to it, shall we? Let's go. Just make sure the sound's not too loud. Sounds good? Okay.
It is impressive, if I do say so myself.
Heimerdinger!
Sure is, Professor. But what does it do?
Do? The Hextech core generates more energy than a quadranium power cell. The applications are limitless. Would you like to sneak a peek?
Boy, would I!
Tomorrow,
Boy,
all of
would I!
Piltover will catch a glimpse of the future. Oh dear.
Jinx
Oh, no,
got you!
Don't do this.
Don't you worry, Professor. I'll get it back.
But do be careful.
You're so pretty. What if I transfer the energy too? Thank you, Jinx, for making me. Oh, no problem, Mr. Sparkles. Now let's start this party. Perfect.
Oh, man.
Alright, so now it's in Zaun. Okay, that's cool. Wakey, you go. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, right, we'll wait and see. We'll leave it until
What
the
if I
end again.
redirect this? I might get more thrust to... Here goes nothing.
Oh, that'd be so cool. There's like a hoverboard mixed in with like, I don't even know.
Let's see what this thing
Rockets.
can do.
Too fast.
I'm sorry, Professor Heimerdinger. I guess I couldn't
Heimerdinger.
get it.
What a
It's
name,
all right, my young
Heimerdinger.
apprentice, but this is a most unanticipated outcome. What a clever design. Now, what if we adjusted the electromagnetic coils?
He could generate enough energy to...
Ladies
Hover.
and gentlemen,
Do electromagnetic hover. Yeah.
the power of invention!
Well, I mean, it's kind of like the next thing up, isn't it, from all the stuff they were creating. Is that it? Usually it is, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, it's obviously extremely different from the Shadow Isles and the Darius ones. There was a lot of, messages and a lot of way of seeing it. I feel like this one was kind of going off that a little bit. I mean, obviously you have Heimerdinger as a professor. You had this guy. Yeah, you had Jinx, obviously, because Jinx is like Piltover's most wanted, ain't it? With probably a few others. Now, the one thing that I really liked is that it really combined this specific coil or this hex tech thingy. Now, obviously, originally created by Heimerdinger, the professor, the genius himself, little turret man. It was then stolen by Jinx and tried to utilize to create maybe her weapon to be a bit more powerful. Now, try and come with me on this one. I thought she was going to create a zap. You know, a W where it zaps and fires electricity? That's what I thought she was creating, right? Then, obviously, she tried to fire it broke or it went wrong, went down to Echo, which is a really cool transition, by the way. And then he picked it up. And then what does that look like there? Does that not look like his back thing? Where he pulls and he's showing the trailer where he pulls and he basically goes back in time. So it's kind of looking like they obviously it's not, but it just kind of reminds of it, and you guys might perceive that a little bit differently. And then obviously, which is really cool as well, they both tried to, obviously he's got these parts of his little board things, so she tried to make sort of like maybe electro, like a ghost cannon, you know, a ghost cannon. Maybe she tried to make something like that with electricity. He tried to make a rocket board, which was really interesting, but then it kind of obviously sat through, and then the guy was like, oh, and he had to go back up. Do you know what that reminds you of? You guys ever watched is it The Guardians or something? Like the kids thing with Jack Frost, and you have those giant, like Santa Claus has got tattoos and stuff. He's like a Russian bloke or whatever, and you have that big Yeti doing all the painting things, and he like paints it all blue, and he goes, oh, it's not crispy as I've painted it red. And he's like, oh, and then he goes somewhere else. And they paint it different. He goes, no, not that kind of thing. And he's like, oh. That just reminds me of him. But then, yeah, that was quite cool. And then they basically got it back. But then what was funny was, if you thought about it, when Jinx done it, she then obviously fouled and it flew. Right? It flew off. It flew away. Now, when he made it, he like kind of created a board that went on with a lot of power. So could that mean that combining her technology with his technology, creating them both together will create perfect, in a certain sense, hovering balance? Maybe. But then it did get destroyed when it went down, didn't it? It was just that thing. But then she might have done something to that crystal, and it just kind of seemed like that a little bit. I don't know. Maybe I'm perceiving it wrong. Also, the other thing I'm kind of getting from it is like I feel like this is not really trying to send a message. I feel like this is more trying to make you perceive the factions as different. I feel like they're more trying to show what the cards do, what Piltover and Zaun together. I guess you could say, or you could say separated. It doesn't really matter how you look at it, but it's like, you know, you took something from Heimerdinger, gave it to Jinx, which changed it. Then you gave it to Echo, that changed it even more. Then you gave it back to Heimerdinger, and you changed it even more. So maybe the deck would be like, you know, you have certain cards that you could manipulate and change. Maybe when you put Heimerdinger down in Jinx, it will create a special rocket blast. And I do feel like that little gem thing, the Hextech, this thing here, would be like a center card. So maybe it's like a deck that plays all around this, and this just pumps up his sort of deck. I don't know. But it's kind of strange how he was just changing. He went from Heimerdinger and he created him. He went to Jinx, he created that. And then he went to Echo, he created that. And it's like, you know, because Piltover is obviously very, it's like punk in it. What's that called? Is it cyberpunk? No, not cyberpunk. That's what I'm looking for. It's like a punky sort of a metal theme. I think it's called cyberpunk. There is a certain word for it, guys. If you know what I'm talking about, let me know in the comments. But it's that punky sort of place, and it makes sense why they do this sort of stuff. And yeah, so I do think that this is not really like making you basically think, you know, maybe looking at it differently, like the Darius ones, and then it got quite suspense with the Shadow Wilds. I feel like this is more gonna be trying to actually tell you what the card's gonna be like. I feel personally, I haven't tested the cards yet. This came out only a couple of hours ago. I haven't played Runeterra in a little while. That there is gonna be a lot of combinations. It could be just be one card that combines with a lot. But the key thing there is that you can combine and mix and upgrade and change, and I think there's going to be a lot of diversity to use with the cards, and a lot of different ways of using it for a defensive or an offensive measure. Do you know what I mean? So it's one thing I really like about it. They're not sticking to one thing, and I love that. I love the fact he went from, you know, the Freljord and the ones before that to kind of being just getting in the door. Then it went from the Shadow Isles, kind of dropped the big dong, I guess you could say, and you know, the big bell sign, and then it created suspense. A little bit of emotion was there, and it was a really good video. And then it went from basically saying you should look at Noxus differently, and then it was also showing its cards as well. But then this one now I think is taking it to be a bit more upbeat, fun. You know, and basically your creativity is going to run wild. So I don't know, guys. Maybe I'm overanalyzing it. You let me know, guys, what you guys think, whether you agree or disagree in the comments. But yeah, there's not much else I think we can kind of analyze. Quite a short video, but again, League's always been good at just delivering it straight up, honest, I guess. Depending on how you look at it, I I've seen it as this is what they've shown. I've able to analyze it easily. You guys might not, and hopefully I'll be able to clear that up. And yeah, so if you have enjoyed it, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and comment down below, guys, if you have any other theories or anything else to add on from what I've said. I'll be more than happy to read it. And yeah, you guys' support has been absolutely amazing. I can't thank you enough. So yeah, guys, this is Wobble Reactions. Sign off this video. Until the next one, have a good rest of your day. I'll see you later. Peace out.